Hello and welcome to the Horizon Reallocation example for the Schwab ETF series. In this video, we're going to be going through the main steps of the reallocation process. First, we're going to open and review the Horizon Action Report. We're then going to open the Reallocation Worksheet, and then we're going to access our brokerage account where we will use the Schwab website feature to download our current position information. That information will then be imported into the reallocation worksheet, which will automatically generate for us all the transactions that we need to rebalance our Schwab account. Before we get started, a couple of important legal disclaimers. Compass Investors is not an investment advisor and cannot offer individual advice or guidance to our subscribers. The information presented here and on the Compass Investors website is for educational purposes only. You should consult with a financial planner before doing any investing. Past performance shown is not indicative of future results, and please remember that investing is risky and comes with the potential of a total loss of some or all of your initial investment. Your choices that you decide to make are your sole responsibility, and under no circumstances will Compass Investors be held liable for any losses incurred as a result of those investment decisions. And lastly, Horizon is an independent publication of Compass Investors, and we are not affiliated with Schwab. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I have taken the liberty of signing on to the Charles Schwab subscriber homepage. The homepage consists of four main buttons. First button is to access the reallocation process document. Those are the instructions, and everything that you see me go through here are presented in complete detail in the reallocation process document. So please make sure that you read this document before using the service. There are then three main buttons here that go through the major steps of the reallocation process. First, we're going to open and review the current action report. We're then going to open the reallocation worksheet, and lastly we're going to access our brokerage account where we're going to rebalance. So let's start by opening the action report. Answer the prompt. The action report is shown here. The action report has three main sections. The first is the current period fund analysis, or what we call the model portfolio. In the model portfolio, we'll see each fund's ticker, name, score, model portfolio allocation, which is a percentage of the total amount to be allocated, any information about holding periods or penalties, there are none, and the asset class that each fund falls into is presented here. Just a brief word about the score. The score is a numerical value, either negative as shown by the number in brackets, or a positive number, which indicate positive momentum or negative momentum in the case of negative numbers. That score is used to determine the model portfolio allocation. You'll also see presented here information about the plan, historical information, and access to this video in case you ever want to watch it again. Let's return to the subscriber homepage. Let's open the reallocation worksheet. Answer the prompt. Now the reallocation worksheet is an Excel worksheet. You do have to have Microsoft Excel in order to use the reallocation worksheet. Notice here too that it's asking you to enable macros which have been disabled. Your version of Excel, you may need to do this slightly differently. Please refer to your Excel help file if you're unsure of how to do that, but you do need to make sure that you are enabling the contents of the macros. Notice also that the reallocation worksheet has two tabs, the fund allocation matrix and the sell by transactions. In the fund allocation matrix, we are going to populate the current balances, both dollars and shares, of what we currently hold in our Schwab account. Let's return to the subscriber homepage, and using button number 3, we're going to access our Schwab account. We now need to access the position information for the account we want to trade. Shown here is the current position value. See, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions, share quantity here, and market value here. We're going to use the export feature of the Schwab website. Click OK, and you'll see opened a spreadsheet with the current position values in it. Return to the reallocation worksheet, click on Import Current Balances, select the name of the file that was just downloaded, and you'll see now that all the positions, including the cash position, has been imported into the reallocation worksheet. We then click on Sell By Transactions, and the worksheet has just generated for us everything that we need to do to transfer our current positions into the model portfolio desired percentage allocations. Notice that it's broken up into two main sections. The first are sell orders, the second are buy orders. In the case of sells, you can ignore any cash sell. Does it make sense to sell cash? That's simply provided so that you can see that the total amount being moved is equal to the total amount of the buy orders. So we're going to go ahead and enter each of these 6 orders in real time. A couple of notes about what you're looking at here. You have a ticker, you have a fund name, you have a dollar amount, a share amount, and a percent of the total. It's important to note that when you are selling 100% of a position, that the Schwab brokerage account gives you a single button that you can press in order to do that. So let's go ahead and start with PGX. Now I'm using Alt-Tab to go back and forth to the Schwab website, and I'm going to go to the top where it says Trade. I want to trade stocks and ETFs. This is the account that I'm trading in. I'm going to go and just copy and paste the symbol, select it. Remember, we're doing sells, and because we have 100% being sold here, approximate dollar value, I'm going to go ahead and click Sell All. Now we suggest you use market orders. You can use other orders, but that's more advanced, and that will be left up to you to decide if that's appropriate for your style of investing. Market orders. Estimated dollar amount should be close to, and in this case it's identical to, the amount being moved. Review the order. Place the order. We're then going to repeat that for the next sell order. Again, I'm going back and forth to the worksheet, copying and pasting the symbol, selecting sell. You can see here it's reflecting the shares that we own, but we're not selling all of those. In this case, we are selling approximately 448 shares. Now I prefer to let the Schwab website take the dollar amount and determine the exact shares for me. So I'm going to copy the dollar amount, and using this calculator, pasting the dollar amount, clicking calculate, you'll see that it automatically puts in a quantity. Now that quantity is a little higher, and that's okay. Market orders, review order, place order. Repeat with the next cell, which is MDYV. Selling it, dollar amount, number of shares calculated, order type is market, review the order, place the order, place the next order, SLYV. We're selling it, calculating the share value, market, review, and place the order. Place another order. Again, we skip the cash and we move on now to the remaining 2 buy orders. In this case, we're going to buy And since we don't know how many shares we want to buy, we do have to use the calculator, but we take the dollar amount, plug it in, market order, review the order, place the order, place another order. Now, a brief note about the last buy order. Because we are seeing real-time market action, and also in some cases because you can only buy whole share values, not percentages, the dollar amount that you have available to trade is most likely different, could be more, could be less than the actual amount you are trading. So we have a choice to make here as far as the dollar amount. Let's cover that in a second. So first of all, let's enter the ticker. We're doing a buy. And now notice up here you have an available amount to trade. That dollar amount is actually more than the amount that the worksheet indicates. But unless you purposely want to leave some cash behind, and there's no right or wrong answer to that, I like to take the maximum amount for my last trade. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this dollar amount instead of the one from the worksheet, paste it in here. Not allowed to have punctuation, by the way, so calculate the share value, the market type, review the order. And you always want to make sure that the amount of the order is less than the amount you have available to trade. Place the order. Now that concludes the reallocation process. If you have any other questions, again, please refer to the reallocation process document, or you can always contact Compass Investors.